You can put a note in the chat if you like.
Okay.
Great day, great day. We are live, live, live. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Dose of Soap right now. Let me make sure that we are live on YouTube, on Facebook as well. Thank you all for joining. And are, if you are a woman who is 40 years or older, you're in the right place, especially if you want to know how to be prepared for this end time wealth transfer. What happens if you get a major windfall? What are nuggets and tips with you concerning that? And who am I? For those of you who are seeing or hearing me for the first time, especially on YouTube, I am Janet Green, and I have been in a personal development space for many years. And I decided that it was time, and it's been a journey, and I'm still on the journey. Thought it was time for me to begin to share my journey with you. And so we are talking about wealth today, wealth transfer, and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about health, because those are the two areas in specific that I believe that the Lord has assigned to me, as well as mindset, because prosper. So there's a necessity for soul prosperity first, and things of that nature. And in order for us to really attain the wealth and the health that I believe not only do you deserve because of the blood, but because I believe that it is the will of God that you have it. You have a right to it. You have an inherited right to good health and to live a wealthy lifestyle. But it's going to take some in order for us to be able to hold those kinds of things or manage that kind of a life. It's just not automatic. I know a lot of people think that it's automatic, but it's not automatic. You've got to do some things to make it happen. So that's where we are today. And I guess I should turn my camera on. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. So we're in the process of learning this stuff here on YouTube. So it's not about perfection, but it's about showing up. And so let's get to the nuggets that I think are important for today. It's going to be this is the second or third installment on a dose of soul prosperity about this subject. But there are other things on the YouTube channel that you definitely want to go and check out, because there are some other huge nuggets out there. I want us to be ready. It's nothing worse than something coming up on you and you have just not prepared yourself for it. But what makes sense is, if you knew, the Bible says this, if you knew a thief was coming to your house, would you not prepare? Would you not make sure that would you just make it so hard for him to get in there? Or would you just like, oh, he's not coming, oh, he's not coming, but you know he's coming, he's already threatened to come and show up at your house? Would you just act like that's not happening? Well, we're not gonna we're not going to act like that for this wealth. I see people jumping on. We're in both places today. We're on today. Shalom to those of you who are jumping on the live on Facebook now. Now we had a little kind of season here, so it says my internet connection is doing something this morning, but nevertheless, we're going to drop these nuggets. Okay. So as you are coming on in different places, please make sure that you like, tag, and share this. If you're on YouTube watching this, subscribe to this channel. Make sure you're getting this information out. What I believe, and I hope I'm talking to people who understand that the Bible does talk about this end time wealth transfer, that the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. Well, it's not laid up to stay laid up to be transferred. Somebody shout amen right there. It's laid up to be transferred. And we don't want to be caught off guard and not know what to do. And I really do believe that God is going to release these massive amounts of funds into the hands of people who are willing to prepare, right? or willing to prepare. So let's get prepared. Let's talk about things. And if you haven't caught the other parts of this series, you want to go back on this YouTube channel and catch the other parts of the series. All of them are not on Facebook, but all of them are going to be on the YouTube channel at Wealthy, Healthy, and Whole. So make sure you go over there, like, tag, and to it. Let's get to it. I see some friends jumping in on YouTube, on Facebook. Thank you all for hanging out with us this morning. So let's get to some other nuggets that I believe are important for us to consider as we are preparing. Somebody should put it in the chat. I believe God for this windfall. I believe God for this. This is probably not the right video for you. If you don't think you're a candidate for this, you might not get anything out of this. But I'm telling you, you are a believer if you are a candidate for this wealth transfer. But you got to do something. Okay? It's say hypothetically, you already have it. What do I do? What do I do? One thing I want us, and I might spend most of the time talking about this today. One thing I definitely know, choose the right type of bank account, because there are various different kinds of bank accounts, but you don't just want to throw your money into any old bank. You want to be looking for high yield savings accounts. Okay. There are extreme benefits of having high yield savings accounts to keep large sums of money in, because what? They're giving paired to your regular savings account. You put your money in regular savings accounts all year long. If you put $1,000 in, the reason I can tell you this is because I've done it just to test it all year long on $1,000. I think I earned like $10 or something. And that's been many much. Okay. So you want to definitely be looking for some high yield savings accounts. You want to research money market accounts. They offer higher interest rates as well, and they're a little more flexible. Would be a good option for large amounts of money. I hope somebody is hearing me. There are other ways, there are other options, certificates of deposits or CDs. They don't pay a lot of interest, but they are a good way to lock in higher interest rates for a set period of time. Okay. It's a good spot. Just find research. You know what's really, really important to this process right here is to start doing your research. Don't wait until it happens. Preparation. It's preparation. We want to learn, not always reactive. Start doing your research right now. Do just like the mother does who is pregnant with a child. She doesn't wait until the baby gets here to get Pampers. She doesn't wait until the baby gets here to find a bed. She doesn't, not if she can help it. She doesn't wait until the baby gets here to decide on formula or to decide if she's going to breastfeed or if she's going to use formula. She just does not wait. There's something very, very important and powerful about being prepared ahead of time. Okay. So I don't want us to be caught off guard. I want us to now let me ask this question right now for those of you that are in the chat. Do you really believe that you're a candidate for a supernatural wealth transfer? Do you believe that supernatural wealth transfer is a possibility for you? I need to know who I'm talking to. I need to know who I'm talking to. Okay? Somebody tell me in the chat. I'm looking for somebody to say yes, I believe, or no, I don't. Well, if, somebody tell me. I need to know if I got the right audience this morning to see if you believe that this is a possibility. Now, I'm not talking about you going and you're putting your money in in things of chance, gambling and that kind of stuff. I'm not talking about that. Okay. I'm gambling because you throw your money into places, casinos and places like that. The odds are already against you. Okay, the way against you. And so we don't want to do that. Come on, thank you. I see some of you saying, yes, I do believe that. This is so critical that you believe it, because if your faith is not set, it's not dialed into this, you are not likely to get into this. You need to have a level of expectation that God really wants to transfer some things into your life. And what you don't want to be is, you don't want to be like the guy with the one talent. I keep referring to him, and I referred to him before in a previous installment, but you don't want to be like the guy with the one talent. You want to already have pre-planned a way to grow your money, because it doesn't matter how much money you get. If you don't put it in places where it grows, guess what? It dwindles, it goes away. Too many times this has happened to people. They kept spending and spending and spending and spending, and never had put their money into anything that would allow a portion of that money to grow. And then they look, thousands and thousands of dollars have left their bank accounts, and they weren't paying, and they did not on purpose go and put it into places where it grows. The Bible calls that person a wicked servant. A wicked servant. You've got to be an investor, and you need monies so that it grows. Okay. You want to, as you're doing your research, let me get back to that. You want to understand account terms and want to understand the conditions, how they can affect the growth of your windfall over time. You need to get a good picture of that when you're talking to people. If you're talking to a banker and you're considering putting a large sum of money in their bank, go and have a patient, talk to these people and see how it's going to affect the growth of your money over time, their interest rates. If they're giving you small amount, no, keep looking. I promise you, there are places out here that will give you good portions or good amounts of interest rate returns for your money. You want to check to see if there are withdrawal penalties in the places that you put money. Is there a withdrawal penalty? If you put it in a CD and you want to take it out early, what is the withdrawal penalty that you need to be prepared for? You want to know what that is, okay? Because one bank may have this penalty, and this bank may have that penalty. You want to know what that is. But if you got enough money, you ought to at least be able to these. You want to be able to put them somewhere where you don't just have to go and take withdraw, avoid the withdrawal penalties. It's just don't just understand this, that you when you put it in certain places, when money is spent out of certain places, that you stashed it away to store it, and you pull it out of certain kinds of accounts. Remember, you got to pay taxes on that. You're gonna have to pay taxes on that. Know what your FDIC insurance is. Deposits up to $250,000 per depositor, your bank. All right. So you don't want to put your money all in anything over $250,000 is not insured. So what does that mean? If you believe in God for $1 million, you need 4 bank accounts. If you don't have at least 4 bank accounts, savings accounts, or something, bank accounts, savings accounts, you need 4 places to be able to put money. If you're expecting $1 million, or if you grow your money to $1 million that the Lord blesses you with, you want to make sure that where you can put money. Now, this is what I don't want us to do. Don't put your money in to leave them in there. Okay, remember to move. It needs to grow. Don't just have it saving for just the sake of saving. Save if you're putting in savings, be saving for reasons, have purposes for your savings. Savings should be for investments, right? Investing in other opportunities that will continue to grow your funds. We're talking about the possibility here of a lot of money coming to you. I'm not talking about that's just the start, okay? Okay, so advise this is I'll make sure you're not depositing too much money in one account because the has on your money. Now, set up banking alerts. This is what I suggest. You got a lot of money in account. You want to set up some bank funds effectively and securely. People are doing things all the time in bank accounts. They're just, some folks, they don't pay attention to the bank and somebody has found your debit card or somebody's done some money that you don't pay attention to what's happening in your bank account. All right. Well, I'm not worried. I know I put $100,000 in that bank account. And so I'm not worried if somebody just goes in and they take $50, what is $50? And I have 4 bank accounts with $250,000 in it. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, do not have that attitude. Or no, sir, if you're sir listening, don't have that attitude. No, ma'am. Make sure you are paying attention. Thieves are out here. Thieves are out here and they're real and they don't care. They don't care. Have a God agenda on your money. The enemy is always trying to rob us. So you want to make sure that you are paying attention and put those banking alerts on there. You got apps now. You have apps. Utilize the apps for the banking alerts. If you don't want to do your transactions on your phones because you don't have security on your phone, then that's something you have to pray about and you have to decide yourself. Do I do any banking on my phone? Well, I do some banking. I do some banking on my phone, but wherever you do your banking, eventually it's going to have to be ongoing. Less and less are we going in the bank. And you are going to see that less and less will we be going in the bank to take care of all of our banking transactions. While we can, let me say this. It's something my sister always says. Develop relationships with a banker. If you got a lot of money in that bank, you get an opportunity, you go in there and you develop a relationship with a banker so they know you when you come in there. Even if you come in there occasionally, they know you. When your name comes up, they know who they're talking to, have a good relationship with. All right. Consult a financial advisor. And I think I talked about this, the importance of this on one of the other videos in YouTube. Speaking of which, if you haven't gone over to my YouTube channel at the previous installments of this, and you're on Facebook, I want you to go over there and make sure that you like and subscribe. Look at those videos because this has been a whole series. If you're on YouTube right now, go back in the channel and make sure that you pick up those consulting with a financial advisor to plan the best way to allocate your funds across the different types of accounts and investments. Go get professional advice. Don't assume that you already know. Yes, the spirit of wisdom will help us, but I'm gonna tell you something else the spirit of wisdom will do. The spirit of wisdom will help you find the right. So whatever that you don't think you need some assistance from somebody else. Now, if you've never managed more than $5,000 in a month. Understand that you're going to have to educate yourself to be able to manage if you get a major windfall. When you get a major windfall, you've got to be able to educate. I'm an educator. I believe that you should educate. You want to go where you're growing or grow where you're going. You want to grow. If you're in expectation today that God, there's going to be a major supernatural wealth transfer coming your way. I want you to act like it. All right. Don't act like you're only going to be managing $4,000 or $5,000 a month for the rest of your life. Don't act like that. You got to start, you've got to raise your thinking, improve how you're thinking about this major kind of money that I believe the Lord is getting ready to transfer to us. Okay. So I didn't want to be on here a long time. Did you get some nuggets today? Did anybody get some nuggets today that you can take and go and apply this to you before I jump off? Did you get some nuggets? Because that's why I'm here. I can't give you aha moments. I might as well shut it down. I might as well just shut it down and just keep all of this going to do. I want you to grow, and we're going to grow together. We're going to grow together. This is not a journey that I wanted to be on by myself. I want you to come nuggets. All right. Okay. Chat is lagging. So now this is what I want you. Thank you. Thank you. I see some fire emojis. That means that you're getting some nuggets. You learn each day that will take you on to the next step in your financial destiny, take you closer and closer to that destination that I believe that God has. That brings me to this. We are doing a budgeting class. Everyone can save. Everyone can save. It's doing a budget, doing a financial literacy class for your children. And it's coming up. I believe if Angela's on here, October the 5th. She put the right date in the chat. It's coming up. This is what I want us to understand, people. If you have not trained your children or your grandchildren, they have to be at least 12 years old to get in the class. If you know you have not given them the information that they need, send them to us. Send them to us. Head start on learning how to handle money. Send them to us. Look us up. You can email us if this. Look us up, east@gmail.com. You can send us an email and let us know is this age 12 to 17 and you want them to start gaining. Some of us didn't learn any of this until they don't. The things we say, they're like, oh my God, I didn't even know that, and I'm already 40 years old. Okay, so we don't want the class. It's October the 5th. The class, Angela, are you on here? Give us the information. Just email us at gmail.com and get the full information. You'll see a flyer on our page. You'll see a flyer on our page with the information on my page and on Angela Hill's page, or Everyone Can Save page. You'll see a flyer with the information. We would love to bring your children into a room. Lakeisha Bundick, Lady B is on here. We brought a group of, dropped some nuggets on them, and we had a great time. They learned a lot of stuff. And so we want to make sure that your children ages 12 to 7, the future finances that they will handle. Because if you do right, you'll leave them something. If you get a windfall and you don't leave your children something, shame on you. But if you get a windfall and you plan to leave your children something, you don't want them to be looking like a cow looking at a new gate. Is my My father used to say, like, I don't know what to do with all this money. I've never had this much money in my life. Okay, I don't know what to do. And then they go and they squander it. And then in 2 years after you're gone off the scene, guess what? They don't have any money because you didn't bother the literacy class. So we can tell them about emergency funds and how to save their money and what to do and how to invest. Don't do that to your children. Don't do that to your children. Okay. Send them to us and we will make sure that they have the nuggets. And then when they come back, Lady B says it was awesome. She got an opportunity to sit in on that class. And I'm telling you, it was awesome. We enjoy it. We enjoy doing this for our young people and we do it for adults. And I want y'all to keep watching for the yes. We're going to eventually do some online distance kinds of training so that those of you who are in other cities that are watching this, you'll be able to jump on and you'll be able to get in those classes. And no, those classes are not free. We want people right now that will be able to fund our children so that they can come. We are looking for funders for the children so that they can come and learn. They can't pay for themselves unless they have jobs. If they have jobs, you know what? If you get a child that has a job and they're making money, you tell them, invest in your financial future. Go and get involved in this class. It's 12 to 17. Some of them are already working at 16. Some of them working at 15. But tell them, invest in this information can be prepared. They need to know how to handle the little money that they're making on their jobs right now so that it does not, so that, you know, at the end of their week, after they get paid, they're not saying, mama, can I have some lunch money? No, you can't have any lunch money. You're going to fast today. You're going to fast today. You had a whole check. You don't have any money to buy your lunch. You worked all week. You worked 2 weeks for this check. No, you don't fast today. You don't want to do that to your children. Well, you might want to do that to your children to teach them a lesson. But we can avoid that by letting us train them now. Okay. So those are my name. I hope you all got something. Thank you. Some of you are just now coming in. And I hope you all gained something from this. So you know what I'm getting ready to say. If you've been on with me any length of time, I see your cousin jumped on. Been on any with my whole heart. It is the will of God that you prosper, be in health, even as your soul prospers. And this has been your dose of soul prosperity. And I want you to have a supernatural rest of your week.